Welcome to Travelogue's epic Xinjiang series. I'm James Lam. We continue from where my colleague Greta left off, the city of Altai, or Altai if you prefer, in northern Xinjiang. As luck would have it, the annual Akentanchang, a folk music event, is being held on the grassland an hours to the north. More than music, this is an extravaganza of Kazakh culture and tradition. There are competitions galore, cow milking, and lots more. It's our great good fortune that one of the star performers will show us around. It's fitting that this event is held here. Kazakh nomads have been herding sheep and cattle in this region for over 2,000 years, moving annually between summer and winter pastures. The nomadic tradition have led to speculation that the name Kazakh might be derived from a word meaning to wander. Kazakh form Xinjiang's second largest ethnic minority. There are some 1.5 million Kazakhs in China, with a majority living in northern Xinjiang. And although many of them have embraced a modern urban lifestyle, they still proudly maintain their heritage. Today, they're singing in the Kazakh language and playing Kazakh tunes on Kazakh musical instruments. It's not surprising that this event has brought these Kazakhs together, since the soul of the Kazakh people, so it's said, is best expressed in their traditional folk music. It's like a test of the wits for the singers. They have to come up with the funniest line, the cleverest line to impress the crowds and the judges. Looking around, I'm struck by how many people are enjoying today's activities on horseback. They ride from one competition to the next, completely at ease in the saddle. Kazakhs are famous for being skilled horsemen. They regard their horses as an expression of their freedom. A star on the grassland. Everyone wants to get a piece of this champion. I have to shake his hand. What an introduction to Kazakh culture. From their ancient home on the grassland to modern Altai city, which now boasts the largest urban population of Kazakhs in Xinjiang, making it the perfect place to see how they enjoy city life. It's the middle of summer, but Altai city is surprisingly cool, except for the sun rays. I've loved walking around the city along the green spaces and just breathing in the clean fresh air. So nice. Besides its Kazakh heritage, this region has been renowned for something else since ancient times. Gold. In fact, Altai means mountain of gold. Surprisingly, this particular mountain of gold is an attraction for skiers. If you plan to come, book your hotel and flights early. Tourists flock here in the summer to enjoy the cool weather and in winter for the snow. With winter temperatures dipping to minus 40 degrees, the Kazakhs have developed a way of keeping nice and warm. We'll have to take off our shoes, cameraman. Felt rugs are really important to the Kazakhs, and every Kazakh family have these rugs, felt rug, all over their floor to keep them warm. And this lady here, she's really famous for making high quality felt rugs, and I'm going to find out a bit more about how she actually makes them. Back in the day, all Kazakh women knew how to make felt rugs. as it was an absolutely essential skill for coping with the harsh environment.
对，妇女们都要会。
结婚之前都必须会。
对。
是哈萨克族。
对。
下面的是。
也是。
那墙上的这些。
墙上的不是，那是维吾尔族的。
维族的。This is a very typical Kazakh family living room, and I initially thought that everything in here was Kazakh, but actually the rugs on the wall are actually Uyghur, and it just goes to show how the different ethnic minorities are actually influenced by one another. And the two things here, which are extremely important Kazakh items, are actually the felt rug, which I actually put on the floor and on the bed to keep the house warm. And then over there, that's the bride's embroidery, and she does that before she gets married. And they're all made differently as well. So when it comes to the felt rug, I have no idea how they put these two colours together. You want to guess how they do it? Right, mystery solved. I initially thought that what they did was they put the colours one on top of the other and then sewed it together. But actually what they do is they draw the pattern first, and then they cut out the pattern, dye it, and then put it back here and then sew it together, so that the finished product is actually level, so that there's no bumpy bits, so that when you're sitting down or lying down, it's really comfortable. Very nifty stuff. The Kazakh nomads would make felt rugs with wool from their own herds. Kazakhs living in the city today still buy felt rugs. It's their way of keeping this time-honoured tradition alive. Embroidery is another important expression of Kazakh cultural identity. Now, living in the city, they have machines to help them produce enough to keep up with demand. It's tradition and modernity woven together. And the patterns on them tell a story too. Kazakh costumes are not only just colourful and beautiful, but they're really deep in meaning. And this red line here around the neck, it symbolises that the woman's husband is still alive. And if it's yellow, then it means that he's passed away, so you don't even need to ask the question. And down here, the boss was telling me that the more flowery it is, the more edges and horns are here. It means that the family is wealthy and prosperous, and it means that they have lots of offsprings as well. Embroidery make a great gift. As one of the largest cities in northern Xinjiang, Almaty with its markets is a great place to pick up souvenirs. Old school markets like this will show you how the locals go about their daily business. It's interesting to see people buying and selling in a place where nomads used to exchange goods by the relatively simple process of barter. The vendors tell me that nomads also shop here. There's something about visiting markets when you travel. I find the sights, smells and sounds always stay with me. The best thing about this market is it feels just so local. You get a real insight into what the locals eat, drink and wear. How do I look? What do you think of this? A bargain hat at 25 RMB. Traditional Kazakh hat with authentic design. Excellent stuff. Very happy.